I think one of the first times I realized that Katie was getting older was because of the front porch. She had lost some of her vision and hearing, and our front porch had 4 steps up to the stoop, and it didn't have a railing around it, which normally wasn't a problem, except at night she would literally just walk straight off the porch into oblivion. So at first you start turning the porch light on for her. Then you start walking outside with her. Then eventually my husband built a railing and a gate around the porch. And I'm not kidding you when I tell you we measured the width of her head so that she couldn't walk between the slats. And somehow all these little things slowly just became a part of normal life. And around that same time, Katie could no longer get up on the bed by herself. At first, it was just a little hesitation. Then eventually she couldn't do the stairs anymore. So every night this became a whole routine where we had to help her up the stairs and lift her onto the bed and get her settled. Because if we went upstairs without her, she would stand at the bottom of the steps barking and stomping those little feet at us. And if she decided she was ready to go to bed before we were, same thing. She would sit there barking like, excuse me, we're going to bed now. And somehow our entire nighttime routine slowly started revolving around getting Katie to bed safely. Now, this is real life with senior pets. And I don't think we talk about these things. And I think talking about these things matters because this is our actual day-to-day life. Not necessarily the medical parts or the sad parts, just the routine, all the adaptations, the frustrations sometimes, the funny moments, the exhaustion, and all the love that comes with it. Because if you've ever loved a senior pet, you know your whole life starts revolving around things you never even thought about before. You start running errands around medication schedules. You start listening for sounds in the middle of the night. You start helping them outside or helping them onto furniture. You change your sleep routine because now somebody needs to go outside and go potty at 2 a.m. At one point, I swear, I was standing in front of the refrigerator. I looked down at Kate and I said, literally, I will give you anything you want if you'll just eat. Because somehow I've suddenly become a short order cook for a tiny furry little princess who refuses to eat leftovers. Katie would eat chicken and rice when you cooked it, but absolutely not the next day because apparently warmed over leftovers were unacceptable. And I still appreciated her little attitude because if she didn't get what she wanted, we know what's going to happen. She's going to stomp and bark at you. And I think people also don't really talk enough about how constant senior pet caregiving can become sometimes. You're always listening for sounds. You're always thinking ahead. You feel guilty when you get frustrated because you know they can't help it, but they're driving you crazy. And your world honestly becomes smaller in ways that you don't even notice. But nobody really prepares you for how much your life changes when your pet gets older. And I think all the little things that we do, changing our routines, creating a routine for them, helping them, carrying them, adjusting our lives with them, we do it because we love them. They're part of our life. They're part of our family. And if you're going through this with your pet right now, I hope you know you are not alone. And if you find yourself rearranging your whole life around the pets you love, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Because I think more people are living this life than we realize. We just don't talk about it very much. And honestly, I think we should. So if this sounds like your life too, I'd love you to subscribe and be a part of our community because I have a feeling a lot of us are going through this together.